That's a little blue connector that you just got to get to wire them up. And I mean, the other things that kind of like attention to detail, like I was saying, that kind of sucks is like this here. Like they sent this home and they like cracked it, and it's like, you know, you could have stuck like another piece of this 3/8 wood around it so this sat flush and looked better. Well, they didn't, so it's cracked there, and obviously I've got paint on it. Man, one day I'll get some goof off maybe and get that off of there. But that one's actually pretty good. This one up here, they hacked all the hell putting it in. But again, it was a free upgrade, so I didn't really complain. I mean, that was the least of my worries with the trailer. You know, I got underneath it, I checked all the welds, because I watched some horror stories about like the main beam going back being two beams that they half-ass welded together and just piecing things in, and it's not. Everything's one solid piece. All the cross supports are solid pieces. All the welds are halfway decent. I also checked all the screws for the seams with the wood to make sure that they didn't miss or missed multiple times. I think there was like maybe one or two up towards the middle of the trailer that they missed, but they didn't pull the screw out. They left the screw in and stuck another one next to it, so there wasn't like a hole there. And then once they did the marine coating underneath it, sealed all that up. And then I did the undercoating, so I added extra seal to it. So I mean, that was actually not too bad. The door seal's actually pretty good. It's all square all the way around, doesn't leak. I don't have any leaks really at all. And let's see, like the roof, they put this like rubber all the way around it, and this is actually pretty thick, because that was one of the things I got up on the roof to check that out, to make sure that that was all sealed up nice. Put my hand, I mean, I rolled on it like this to make sure it wasn't going to roll off, and it was stuck. You know, I tried grabbing it to pull it off, and because I had other videos I watched where they said that like they just grabbed it and ripped it right off, and I didn't have any issues with that. No leaks whatsoever. I mean, you can see it's, you know, my walls are white, you know, with this gray liner that they put up here, you'd see it sagging. So I mean, there's no water leaks whatsoever. This doesn't leak either. I mean, they did a pretty good job putting that in. Oh, that's the other thing too that you can get. Like if you decide maybe later on down the road that you want to add air conditioning to it, you can actually have them do the roof to accept the Coleman air conditioner. So they'll actually put all the bracing and everything you need to support the weight of that in the trailer, and then you can have them put a vent in for now, and then if later on down the road you decide you're going to put air conditioning in, it's already set up for it. So you don't have to do any welding, you don't have to rip anything apart. All you gotta do is get up there and cut the hole bigger for the air conditioning unit, and it'll drop right in. So they will do all whatever fabrication you want. You can have them put, like I thought about doing it, like up in the floor, instead of mounting the battery up on the tongue, they'll actually right here, they'll cut a hole out. They'll put the drop-down box in there with a little access door, and then they'll wire everything into the deep cycle battery right here. So it's out of sight. Nobody's going to steal your battery. It's protected. It's sealed up down there, and there's an access panel so you can get to it. So you could run wires right into that and not have wires hanging out on the tongue of your trailer. You know, that was one of the things I was going to do, because like I said, we do use this for camping, but I don't know. Next time I go camping and I have it set up, maybe I'll do a video to show you the queen size bed in here, and you know, I put a table up here with the carpet, and I put like I have a deep cycle battery with a box that I stick under the table with the inverter. So I set it up where it's kind of, you know, it's got some plugs in here, you know, and the inverter I got will run a little coffee maker, you know, charge your phone, stuff like that. It'll run a little LED light for in here for when it gets darker out. And this is funny, I kind of pondered whether I wanted to sleep in here or not, and at first I was like, man, maybe it's from like breathing, you're getting CO2 or carbon monoxide, or I don't know, like And then it dawned on me, when this is locked, usually in a camper, one of the windows is an emergency exit with a latch on it where you bust it out and you jump out the window. So I'm guessing, because the only way out would be that door, that that would be the death or serious injury if something were to happen and you couldn't get out. So we just make sure we got an axe or something in here to bust through the wall if we have to. Which, you know, am I really going to get bust through the wall if the thing starts on fire before I burn up? Probably not, but it makes me sleep better at night when we're in the middle of the woods. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole review of the trailer. I only did the 5,000 pound axle, or 3,500 pound axles, so total 7,000 pounds. The trailer itself, and now this is a 14 footer, not a 16 footer. Part of the reason I went with the 14 footer is I don't need the extra 2 feet. It's kind of a pretty decent cut to cut in the way my driveway comes in, and I was just worried that I wasn't going to be able to make the swing without taking out the bushes or hitting the side of the deck there. And I just didn't need the 14 feet. So why pull around the extra 2 feet and that extra weight and waste the gas on something I don't need? I know everybody says go big or go home, but I just didn't need it. Plus, if you get the 2 extra feet on 3,500 pound axles, you're adding another 700 pounds between the steel, the walls, the plywood, you know, everything else. And maybe not quite that much. Maybe we'll say 500 pounds. So that's 500 less pounds you can put on the trailer. So the trailer is 3,500. So the weight of the cargo, so 4,300 pounds is what I can put in the trailer. So if it's 7,000, so the trailer weighs, I don't know, like 3,000, little under 3,000 pounds. Or maybe a little over 3,000, whatever. I'm not good at math in my head, but so with the zero turn, I think the dry weight on that is like 1,200 pounds. The X2, the dry weight on that, I think it was like a little under 1,000, and then the old walk behind up there is like 700 pounds, you know. And then I only keep 2 trimmers, 2 blowers, you know, and obviously with the gas, so that one holds 11 gallons, the other one holds 5, and the other mower holds, I think it's like 8. So I mean, I'm under. I mean, I think I got probably about 1,000 pounds to play with, but I don't keep my gas cans back here. I keep them strapped in the back of the truck, just because, I mean, we use this for camping too. So as soon as you spill gas in here once, it just ruins the inside of it. There's no getting that smell out of it. And plus, if the DEC wants to, or DEC, if the DOT wants to pull me over and check my stuff, they're allowed to check your trailer, and they can look in the bed of the truck if the bed of the truck is open and accessible, because that's my personal vehicle. From what I've heard, from what I've been told, they can look and ask me to see in the trailer. So as long as my gas cans aren't in here, you know, they can't write me a ticket for inadequate strapping of the gas cans or something, because they're, I don't know, it's kind of a big deal with them. I'm 37 years old. I've been cutting lawns since I was 16. I can tell you I've lost quite a bit of stuff out of the back of the truck, but I've never lost a gas can. So I've been lucky there, I guess. I guess if you have any questions, put it down in the comments. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else before I end the video. Maybe I'll hop down. I can show you a little bit more underneath the trailer and the undercoating that I did. Like I said, I used like 7 cans of the rubberized undercoating, and I mean, I did the whole, you know, there you go, you can see the rubber grommets, you know, so they didn't just blast a hole through the frame. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the one video I watched, that's exactly what the guy showed me. That's what they did, but that's not what they did on this trailer. You know, so underneath it's pretty well built, and you know, like I said, they didn't really miss too many screws. putting the plywood down. And oh yeah, that was the other thing. The wires for the brakes were hanging down stupid, so the guy crawled underneath there with some zip ties and started zip tying wires up for me, so I didn't catch him on something. But I mean, other than that, the trailer is pretty solid, pretty well built. Like I said, it's just the attention to detail sucks like this here. I just seen that. I've slowly been pulling this off, like they, instead of taking this off before they screwed it on, which I guess I get to protect it a little bit while they're doing it when it's running through the factory, but they didn't pull it off. So every one had some plastic stuff on it. Their caulking job sucks. It's like the guy that caulked one side did a great job, and I don't think he's the guy that did the other side. Either that or he smoked his lunch and then came back and tried picking up where he left off and didn't do a very good job. Same thing here, like they must screw these on and then pull the sheets of plastic off. And that's the other thing too, like these little metal burrs, I've been picking them off as I see them. Problem is, if you don't, because they're not painted, they'll rust, and then you'll get rust streaks down your trailer, which kind of sucks. But I mean, they did seal everything up pretty decent. You know, all the seams were sealed. Like one side of the trailer was seamed up pretty nice. The other side of the trailer, it's there, but not so nice. Yeah, so that's about it. I think this video has been long enough. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them.